guess we're off again. Okay, there we go. Welcome back. Okay, so we are good to go for today's quick update. Thank you, Amy, on the digital side, making sure everything is going through and looking good. We'll go ahead and get this going for today's quick Memorial Day update on your forecast, which won't take too much of your time because it's pretty easy. We're starting off with some very hot and humid weather, similar to what we saw over the weekend. In fact, the most hot and humid weather, I believe, that we've seen so far. And we've had some pretty close calls as far as that goes for the weekend there. So the hottest and most humid start that we've had so far, with some humidity relief incoming, is the small print there. Tomorrow will be even hotter air temperature wise, but will be less humid. So it will actually feel like a good 5 to 10 degrees cooler, depending on your location out there as we head into tomorrow. Good morning to Bonnie Haley as well, coming into the chat there. And we're headed to a summer-like pattern to finish, which is where we're pretty much right there on the edge of where it's hotter than it should be, which for now should be about upper 80s. That's where we'll end up, with the humidity slowly climbing back to where we were, at least, to finish last week, which was elevated but not ridiculous like it'll be today. And even the return of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms possible, which even then we're only talking 20% here or there, which is a typical summer day, it feels like. But look at the heat index already off to the races here. Laurel, Ford, and Laurel, air temperature 82. Actual, what it feels like, the heat index there, 94 in Laurel, with a nice southwesterly breeze. And that's with the gray skies there, as we're seeing at least a few potential showers and thunderstorms getting going there. You can feel the humidity just looking at this shot from Forest General Hospital. 82 degrees, feels like 89 out there in Hattiesburg. So it does fluctuate a bit, the heat index, dependent on your relative humidity and your temperature, which can change from location to location. If it rained in one area a little bit ago, like up in Laurel, it likely did have at least a couple of showers that can add a little bit of moisture and make things just feel ever so much hotter. Here at Circle C Tractor in Waynesboro, another area that did see at least a quick little dusting of rain and even potentially some small little hail pellets there very early in the morning, as we saw our morning round of thunderstorms fall apart pretty quickly. But according to the radar estimates, could have seen some hail up in that area. I don't have any proof of that or any reports, but the radar says it's possible. And from what I see, it looks like it is also technically possible that we did, with those updrafts being quite strong. But you can see the blue sky starting to come out here because we still have very dry air above our heads. It's just the lower to mid levels that are cloudy and bringing that active weather into the area. So 9/100ths of an inch of rain recorded, which would have been this morning over the last 24 hours. So for the rest of your Memorial Day forecast, you can expect those clouds to slowly give way. I expect we could still see a shower picking up, though the 11 a.m. thunder icon here, I can't seem to just get rid of it. I expect we won't see that many in the area, but still that chance is slowly diminishing. Once we start heading into the afternoon, we see another chance where it could go up, as we still have that low pressure boundary in the area, adding just the tiniest bit of lift, and we'll be about as hot and humid as we could be, which will add some extra lift to that. So you could get some spotty showers, though they're expected to be more off towards the east. You can see what the very generous computer is doing with a 20 and 10% chance kind of all over the place there. So rain is not going to be consistent. I wouldn't really plan your day around it. Just keep your app handy in case they do start popping up, especially with everybody out there who may have some outdoor festivities for that Memorial Day going on. You want to make sure they're not maybe drifting towards you or something like that. And especially because anything that does form today will have a chance to overachieve. It's a very low chance, but we do have a level 1 risk in the area. That dry air above our heads has been keeping things nice and cool, but if up there, at least clear. But if a storm does manage to punch through that, it can get those strong updrafts going, which is what we saw this morning, and why we had some gusty storms with hail just outside of the area. But you can see that humidity is already miserable. It started the day at 75 and will slowly work its way up a little bit. Not much, not to 80 or anything, not to the insane level there, but it's high enough. And you can see the heat index for this afternoon is expected to be right around 102 for Hattiesburg, with some 105s out there like Columbia. Foxworth just below that at 104. So you can expect that 100 to 105 degree range to be well on display, which is where you've got to start worrying about heat safety. You know, if you're going to spend more than an hour in direct exposure to the sun or anything like that, you definitely want to be aware of it. So things looking, I think I'm looking at the wrong camera. I think I should be looking at this one. Yep. Okay. I've been been looking at the wrong one this whole time. It's usually that one over there for these. Either way, as we head into tomorrow, again, I expect that it will be about a degree hotter, but getting up to about 94 to today's 93. But because that lower humidity will work its way in by tomorrow, you can see it's going to feel so much better. No more 100s out there as we all fall into about the mid 90s at the highest. So you can see that here as we head through the night and into tomorrow afternoon. We finally get that backdoor front to push in. You can see it's bringing us some light northerly winds and some of that great feeling air, which is dew points in about the mid 50s to the upper 50s. That's a huge difference from where we are now. 20 degree dew point drop from this morning, which was at 75, down into about the 55 degree range. So that will feel like a big change there, but it's still going to be very hot. And you see that it does fluctuate between comfy and sticky and eventually starts working its way back up towards oppressive as we head towards the end of the week. So the humidity's not gone forever, but we are going to get a nice little break from that there. Here's the statewide view. You can see the line of storms passing through. A little bit stronger to the north and the east. You can see the tail end of that fell apart pretty quickly as it moves through. So I don't expect we have anything to worry about here for the next couple of hours. But again, once we head into the afternoon and get that heating bump, that added instability to our already unstable environment, you can see a little pop up here. I think that's overdoing it. And again, everything should be more pushed off towards the east. But it isn't impossible that one of them lingers in our area here for a little bit. It's not much higher than impossible, and certainly shouldn't be consequential, but we'll continue to watch that as we head through the rest of the day. After that, things look pretty nice as we head into tomorrow morning, just exceptionally sunny and very hot. Again, getting up to 94, but that humidity will help and make things feel so much nicer there. So looking at the wide view here, you can see what I'm talking about as far as heading into a more summertime pattern. Once this front goes by, we'll continue to see it linger in the area and keep sending out these little pulses along what will be basically a warm front that keeps getting replaced. And all the way into next Tuesday, we just see little flashes, especially in the heat of the afternoon, where we could see those showers popping up and drifting around the area. It's not looking like a very high chance. It's just looking, especially as I'm looking a week out for some of this, that you can't just quite shake that 20 to 30% chance of a stray shower, which is what I have all over the 7-day forecast here. So rain for today, most of this 30% is already done. We have that little tiny chance, I'd say about a 10% chance for a couple of hours from about 2 to 4. Where we could see another one flare up if it's going to, though I believe that we'll finally start seeing that drier air filtering in by then. That leads to a hot but much less humid day tomorrow, which will feel much better but still be very hot and in direct sunlight, still causing some potential heat illness type issues if you are exposed to that for a very long time. Then heading into Wednesday, we start seeing some of those pulses coming through. I expect a quick pop of cloud cover on the back end of Wednesday with a few showers and potential thunderstorms. Heading into Thursday, where we keep that cloudiness but lose most of the showers, we could see a stray one popping up. And then we pretty much hold on to that for the rest of the week until Saturday, when we get just one more little closer pulse that brings us a shower and thunderstorm to finish off the week and start off the next. And neither of those is looking particularly strong. We'll get a little bit more detail on that as we close in, but not looking like something you can really hang your hat on, so to speak. No real consistent rain, I would say, especially during the day up until that Saturday, Sunday time frame there. So after today's rain gets over with, I don't expect we'll see a whole lot more out there going forward. So that's your 7-day and your Memorial Day forecast. Again, just hot and humid. Watch for the occasional popping up shower there, especially in the heat of the afternoon, though those should mostly be pushed towards the south and eastern end of our area. Just watch out for that. And you can always follow me directly for the latest updates. If you ever got a question, direct message type thing, I tend to get to those pretty regularly and things like that. So I get a lot of questions there. Also on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that's available. Still don't have the icon to change there or maybe I just don't want to do it. Either way. Ryan Mahan, WDAM for Facebook, at Ryan Mahan WX, the abbreviation for weather. All one word there as for Twitter. So I will go ahead and let you go for the rest of the day, and that way you can enjoy any festivities you have going on. Just remember to work in some water, quite a bit of it, please, to any beverage rotations you may have going on at any barbecues out there. And if you do start to get a little bit overwhelmed from the heat, which won't take too long in those conditions, especially if you're exerting yourself, barbecue type outdoor activities and swimming and that kind of stuff. Even swimming can kind of sneak up on you pretty quickly in this kind of heat. So please take care of yourself and enjoy your Memorial Day out there. And I will let you go and see you guys tomorrow.